Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel here at VickiDillard.tv. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm so pleased you're with me today. I've had an absolutely amazing day so far. So busy. Just want you to know a couple of things, beloved. But you can watch me live. Yes, live on African Diaspora News Network. That's another channel that I'm on. So you can watch me Tuesday through Thursday live, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's African Diaspora News Channel. Yes. So be sure to check me out there. Of course, I do national content, but also international content in addition to my lives. So be sure to check me out there. I promised you all over the years, because you all have been knowing me from Fly Nubian Queen, Your Black World, and other networks that I help to build and bring great profit and credibility to over the years. I'm no longer a part of those groups, but I am a part of other networks now. So I want you to know where you can find me. And so some folks are still looking for me in those other platforms. So let everybody know if you want to still see me, let them know they can watch me. And I promise that I wouldn't abandon my channel here completely. So I'm putting up content today for that. Yes. And I plan to do more throughout the year. Family. Oh, also don't forget to get your free seat for Saturday in just a few days away. Next Saturday, April 5th, I'm going to be talking about how your U.S. government sanctions covens, has a history of having covens on their military site. You need to ask yourself why that's the case. And I'm explaining to you why. I'm going to be giving you the latest about the true Black Vatican. And yes, there are even attacks on some folks are trying to come against me because of my very profound Vatican lectures, where I'm talking about where their Vatican originated from, the ancient Black spiritual system, a matriarchal system. And of course, I'm 100% accurate. And so I'm going to be discussing some of those attacks and how some of the attacks are believed to be coming from actual government intel agencies infiltrating online spaces. So you don't want to miss that. I'm going to be talking about that in Spiritual Wars. The link is attached in the comments below. Yes, enough of the announcements, family. I have been discussing this and getting a lot of great feedback from some of my folks in California, and actually beyond California, all over the country, actually. But I'm saying specifically, some of my folks in California thank me for my coverage on what I'm about to talk to you about now because of this talk show host. How many of you all have heard about this host on, I believe Tavis Smiley, this is his new radio station, KBLA 1580. Well, family, the host here, Miss Dominique DePrima, she does, I believe, it appears to be a daily show, and she has a guest on by the name of Mr. Chris Lodgson, radio host on, but somebody was calling into the show. And so when one of the callers called into the show, he opened up a whole can of worms where some very important and profound information was leaked via the radio. And I want you to hear a little bit of that. Yes. So fam, I'm going to, hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Okay. I'm going to use this device here to show you so that I can show it to you quickly without having to set up a whole bunch of other stuff. Because y'all know I have to have teams to help me with just tech stuff. So I'm glad to be somebody. So I want you to watch this very quickly. Okay. The radio broadcast, this was just under 2 hours. Of course, I'm not going to let you listen to all that. The part of the segment that's most important was approximately an hour, but I'm only going to show you a couple of minutes of it. Okay. Watch this. They're coming back from break, and I want you to listen very closely. By the way, I did not, the gentleman, Chris, he is a very profound and one of the foremost activists on the ground for the reparations movement in California. If you're not familiar, California Black legislatures, the Black Caucus there, sabotaged their own bill to bring forward the reparations bill to pay out some of the Black Chicagoans there just before the election last year. So there's been a lot of drama. So this is a continuation of that, but this brother is going to reveal some of the back dealing that perhaps a lot of you may or may not have known about. Okay, listen to this radio call. Are y'all listening? Watch this.
Okay, Chris Lodgson is here. He is the lead organizer for CJEC. And Chris, the phones are kind of hot, so I want to try to make sure we can get to everyone. So just giving you a heads up here. Going to Chad, calling us from LA. Good morning, Chad. Chad?
Hi, good morning. Hello, can you hear me?
Welcome, yes, loud and clear.
Hi, good morning, Dominique, and good morning, Chris. And thank you for the conversation. I appreciate you, Chris, keeping the conversation on legislation, and that's the question that I had for you. I have read SB 437 from the Black Caucus. That's the study bill, and I agree with you that it's inextricably tied to everything else that the Black Caucus has announced as part of their Road to Repair package.
Meaning it's a poison pill? Meaning you think it's a poison pill?
Well, my question is, with SB 437 really being verbatim the governor's amendment from last year. So the governor's office wrote SB 437. I'm asking why do you think the Black Caucus has reintroduced the governor's language from last session that was intended to kill the agency alongside this new bureau bill, SB 518 that they have?
Do you all hear that profound question? So the gentleman that's on the call out of LA wants to know, why is it that the Black Caucus that's supposed to be representing the Black Californians there, so that they can get their reparations funding that was really close to being funded. They just need to continue to move it forward for the final votes and all that stuff on the floor last year. He said, why are they introducing basically a poison pill bill that they know was a problem introduced by the governor? Y'all listen to what Mr. Chris, one of the lead organizers and activists on the ground for this movement, says. Are y'all listening? Watch this.
So that's a great question, brother. I think there's a couple of reasons. One, I think because there's money involved, and I think there are people and nonprofits who want some of that $6 million that is in the bill, SB 437, and also some of the money that is not in that bill that's left over from what the governor's office and the legislature approved last year in that $12 million reparations implementation funding. So I think there's funding and nonprofit interest involved, and I've said that publicly, and we've known that for sure, for a fact, since sometime mid-late last summer when the Black Caucus actually sent a letter to the governor saying, give some of this money that you put for reparations implementation, that you put to implement reparations actual policy, instead give it to nonprofits and let us pick our friends and our nonprofit pets, I call them, to give them this funding.
Okay, let me ask you a question that piggybacks.
A financial interest also.
Got it. Let me piggyback on Chad's question.
Now you see how the host cuts him off right there. Now I'm told that this lady, Miss Dominique DePrima, I'm told that she's connected to a Black family that's there, that's considered to be Black royalty in some parts of LA. So I'm not saying the woman's never done anything good. I just don't like how she's moving in these conversations. I've listened to more than just that over the past little bit of time since I've been made known about some of the movement about CJ, since I've been covering it, especially publicly. I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit more here.
Ask you this. If, let's say, there's a miracle and a Saley's bill.
Hold on, before I play that, I just want to make sure that y'all hear what the brother said. He said, we've known for sure because they wrote a letter to the governor asking the governor to, instead of using the money that's supposed to be for reparations implementation, use it so that it's for their friends, the brother said, Mr. Chris Larson, and their nonprofit organizations and people that they're connected to. Did y'all catch that? The Black Caucus. Remember, the Black Caucus claimed the reason why they pulled out of their own reparations bill at the last minute, after pretending like they was for it, and even some of their names were on the bill. Remember, they claimed that the white governor there, Newsom, they claimed threatened them. Did y'all know that they wrote a letter to him asking for some of this personal funding for their personal friends and entities and connections? Keep listening.
Passes. Why would SB 437 not impact that?
Well, because 437 does not require, our bill 1315 does not require any study to start actual genealogy work. Now, to be quite honest, 437 is such a bad bill. That bill has to die. We don't need, so I'm just going to be completely honest. It's in the interest of all the bills for that study bill to die, because none of the bills that the Black Caucus wants to do can happen without that study or this.
Right.
Again,
so I agree. Well, we agree on that, Chris. That's why I called it last week a poison pill. And that's why I'm saying, why would your agency or bureau bill, agency bill be immune to that poison pill?
So, well, one, because our bill specifically is for the American freedmen, right? So our bill specifically is for those who are descendants of those who were emancipated in this specific country. And we are talking about those who are descendants who have inherited that legal and that political status. So our bill in its language itself does not require any additional study, but you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right to raise the risk that if that 437 bill does happen, it could impact any other bill that comes anywhere after for this particular group of people. So you are absolutely right. There is a risk, not just to those other Black Caucus bills, but to our bill too, because we are saying that we need more study to know how to do genealogy. We don't need more study to know how to do genealogy. We need to do genealogy, and that's what our bill does.
Right. I'm trying to keep our answers short so we can get to everybody. Chad, did you have a follow-up, or are you good?
I did have one quick follow-up, if you wouldn't mind.
Go ahead.
So, Chris, again, 437 being verbatim Governor Newsom's language, my question is, do you think the governor's writing policies for the California Black Caucus so they'll put forward only the things that he approves of? Well, I think that's absolutely clear. One, we have literal evidence of that.
So you think he approves of that agency? So you think he approves of the Bureau?
I think he approves of studying and doing more research and not doing anything until there's more study and more research, as evidenced by the bill that he wrote for the Black Caucus, which Chad absolutely rightly points out. 437, which is a poison pill, 437 is written by Governor Gavin Newsom. And Governor Gavin Newsom gave that language to folks in the Black Caucus.
Yeah,
Did y'all catch that? This is so dirty. So they're pretending to the public that Gavin Newsom threatened him, but they're not telling you that they wrote him a private letter so that he would direct y'all's money out there in California, your reparations implementation money for their homeboys and homegirls. And they're playing games with you so that they can save face publicly by having the governor write the language of the bill so that they can say, well, we got to stand behind because this is the bill that the governor put there. Y'all see the games? The question is, what y'all gonna do about it? Shout out to our brother in CJEC that's on the line. Y'all can follow them on Instagram and Twitter. They're doing a lot of work online. I've talked about this on other platforms like African Diaspora News Channel. I've done back-to-back broadcasts on it. Some of you showed up to some of the meetings there. So family, be sure to connect with them to find out what's going on, beloved. And again, don't forget to sign up for my free webinar. My free webinar is Saturday, April 5th. Tell all your family, friends, and loved ones about it. You need to understand what your government is doing in the spiritual realm and how it connects to the natural and what it's got to do with you. You also have to understand how certain intelligence agencies and other bureaus, bureaucracies in the United States government are trying to infiltrate our spaces. I'm going to talk about why that's important. Yes. So be sure to go to my website, VickiPlanet.com. We'll pin the link below in the comments so that you can save your free seat today. Tell everybody you know about it. Look for more content from me right here on my own broadcast, on my own network at VickiDillard.tv, and watch me elsewhere. Yes, you can follow me on other social media platforms. I chop up content there, and it tends to get we reach out to people with views and all kind of stuff there as well. Yes, I can't wait to see you again.